knock the dust from your jeans, and your soul's on its knees, rolling dice with your dreams.
Hey hunters, good morning. How y'all doing? It's today is Tuesday, the day after Monday, and then tomorrow will be Wednesday. Anyway, just kind of a morning coffee stuff, and we'll see what happens from there. Kind of following Trump a little bit, kind of trying to see what he's rattling around in his brain. You know, he represents the country, and I know a bunch of you are going to get pissed, but that's okay. If you follow someone blindly, then you're part of the problem, right? Fix this daggone camera here, drive me nuts. There we go, that's better. Anyway, you know, Trump had a really good opportunity when he was elected to reshape and unify this country. He had a really good opportunity, and I think he kind of pissed it away. Y'all can say Trump divided the country, but you know, that's what they say on the news or whatever, but Trump didn't divide the country. The country got divided when all of the Democrats and the Clintons and all that sold out our country. Any of y'all ever remember Jimmy Carter giving the Panama Canal back? That pissed me off. I'm like, wait a minute. Thousands of Americans died when we took over that botched project. And I forget who we took it over from. I don't know if it was France or it was some European country. And we went down there with America's industrial strength and might to make things happen. You know, we built the Hoover Dam, right? That was after the Panama Canal, I know. But anyway, you know, that Panama Canal is extremely important to the national security of the United States. It gives us an opportunity to be able to move our fleets from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean, back and forth, so on and so forth, whenever we need it. And not have to go all the way around, I think it's Argentina, all the way down there at the bottom. I could be wrong. I might need a geography lesson this morning. Anyway. So the Democrats gave away our industrial strength. They gave away our factories. They gave away our manufacturing capabilities because China, and no hit on China. I'm not hitting on China. They did what they needed to do. They were actually a whole lot smarter than we were. Or was it part of the bigger plan? I don't know. Oh, we got a change in sunlight here. Anyway, we gave all that stuff away. And I've said it before on here in a video that you know, our ability to manufacture and crank out goods is what won World War II. I've said that. Our industrial strength, our industrial might, American exceptionalism, those things. So that continued and continued Jimmy Carter gave away the Panama Canal, then the steel went away, and gas prices skyrocketed. We didn't really have the refining capabilities here in the United States to refine oil, even though we had strategic reserves. We squandered it. And then came Obama. So another nail in the coffin. We had NAFTA. That was Clinton. North American Free Trade Agreement, which was a disaster. I agree with Trump. It was a complete giving away more, our last remaining capabilities, to our neighbors. Then along come Obama, and I don't know how I do not know how he got elected to a second term. I don't know. I have no idea. The only thing I can say is voter fraud. But that's a cop-out, right? Because I really don't know. Anyway. It's kind of interesting to think through that whole process. Then along comes 2016. Trump announces he's running for his presidency. Well, there was already a 16-year plan built up, right? 8 years of Obama, 8 years of Clinton. That would have sealed the deal. We would have been socialist. We would be socialist right now. The Constitution would have been shredded. We would have been forced, quote unquote, to become criminals, to possess our possessions, right? So one of the things that the Revolutionary War was fought over was property rights. How does this relate all the way back to that? Some of you are asking. Well, back in those days, anybody ever heard of the term landlord? If you're out there and you're renting property, you are a landlord, or you're giving your money to a landlord. So in England, landlords were chosen by the king to be able to own property. And everybody else, the subjects, if they wanted to live in a little one-room shack or whatever, I don't know what they call them over there. I'm not from England. I'm not an English American by any means. I'm an American. One more time with the sun. This is my morning ritual. Hey, look at that, a lot better. Well, the colonists didn't want that form of ownership, so they said, hey, we want private citizens to be able to own their own property. Awesome. And that's built into the Constitution, and that's built into the Bill of Rights. Property ownership. Okay. Which has kind of been stripped from us, if you really look at it. If you pay taxes on your house or your cars or your land, you're really not a property owner. You are a tenant or subject to whoever you are paying your yearly rent to, which would be your state, local, and federal government. Wow, we flipped it all the way back around. Anyway, Trump comes along, says, hey, make America great again. What does that mean? Well, he said it, right? Bring back coal, bring back manufacturing, ease regulations on businesses, large corporations, roll back some of these idiotic EPA regulations that have just stifled manufacturing. build the wall, renegotiate a trade agreement with China, and get rid of NAFTA. And I was like, holy crap. If he does 1/10 of what he just said he's going to do, he's going to be one hell of a president. And I think the stock market was hovering around, I don't know, I'm going to be conservative and say 14 to 16,000 at the time. And I know when the 2008, the housing bubble broke, it went all the way down to like 6,000 at one point, which just, the economy was devastated. So we're complaining that we're in a recession, but the stock market's at 25,000. Now I know it dropped all the way down to 20,000. I thought it was going to tank. So I made some probably poor financial decisions because of my inability to understand stocks and trading and what goes on, and a little nervous of the long haul, if you understand what I mean. But anyway, whatever, neither here nor there. So Trump says all this stuff, man, and I was like, hell yeah. I was on that train. I jumped on that sucker, boy, and along for the ride we went. Actually made a bet with a guy at work, my financial guy that took care of my budget, and he said, no way, man, no way, Trump will never get in. I said, you're not a Democrat, are you? He goes, nope. He goes, but there's no way that Trump can beat the machine. I said, okay, cool. I said, I'll bet you a lunch. He's like, you're on. Okay, I said, okay. When Trump got elected, I texted him at like, I don't know, what was it, 2 or 3 in the morning when they finally declared it. And anyway, it was good. It was good. I got a free lunch out of the deal. So things start going, man. He starts rolling back regulations. He's meeting with people. The Russia investigation comes up. He's starting to fight that off, and blah, 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 blah. Remember the 16-year plan. 6 and 6 is 12. Add the 3 ones. That's 2032. That's significant with the United Nations. Do your research. Don't believe me. Just Google Agenda 21. Better yet, go to the United Nations website and look at the United Nations plans for the United States. Anyway, so Trump disrupts that, so they go on the attack, you know. So I'm on the Trump train. Hey, fight them, man, fight them. You know, piss on them idiots. Was my thought. Blah, 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 blah. And then the shooting in Vegas happens. And Trump comes out, tells the ATF to ban bump stocks. That's an overreach. That's an overreach of his authority at the executive level. And that's definitely an overreach of the alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. That is not their job. That is not his job. That is Congress and the Senate's job. That's the people's job to determine, to be able to self-govern. It's how it's supposed to work. So I backed out of the throttle a little bit. I took the blinders off. Kind of maybe, I was still on the train at that time. I kind of climbed up on top so I could get better situational awareness. Got out of the club car, if you know what I mean. I started paying attention, and then this red flag thing kind of popped up. And the argument is, surely you wouldn't want a mentally ill person This is their argument. Surely you wouldn't want a mentally ill person, somebody that was a danger to others and a danger to themselves, to own a firearm. Which the answer to that question would be, you're right, I don't want that to happen. Well, here's the answer. They got it all laid out on the plate. That's still not a good argument, because it still contradicts the Bill of Rights. Period. Then right after that came out, Trump said, hey, take the weapons first. So he's in agreement. Take the weapons first. Worry about due process later. That was the point in which I jumped off the train. I'm still headed in the same direction. I'm just on foot now, where I can better protect myself, and I can have better situational awareness. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Trump squandered an opportunity to bring the country together, and I think he squandered the opportunity to do it. Well, although at first I really liked his boldness on Twitter to just call people out. I thought, yep, well, that's fine, but there's got to be a purpose behind it. And this is my belief. I think that the last 3 years of fighting the media, the personal attacks from lawmakers, whether they're Democrat, Independent, and Republicans, there's an issue. And it really worries me going into the election. Here, hey, June, July, August, September, October, November 2020. And then I see that he kind of didn't really tell the whole truth about going to the bunker, the White House bunker, the presidential bunker during the riots, because he wanted to make himself look tough. Well, look, no AARP qualified billionaire is tough. I'll say it again. No AARP qualifying billionaire is tough. They're not. So forego all that and don't say a word. A good answer that Trump could use to deflect a lot of these shots across the bow could be, I'm not going to talk about that for security reasons. That's a good one. No comment. That would be a good one. And don't bring it up again. So I guess he's attacking this senator. I think she's from Alaska now, because social media, right, creates drama, and all y'all know that. That's why I'm not on Facebook anymore. It just creates a bunch of drama. I think Trump's got a Twitter addiction, and he really doesn't know when to say, shut the hell up, to himself. So, anyway. We'll see what's going to happen over the next few months. The economy has stabilized. The country's starting to reopen. The World Health Organization, we pulled out of that. We pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, which I think both those things are good things for the country. We just run the risk of doing all this. We run the risk of global isolationism. We run the risk of isolating our country, which, if we're going to do that, let's quit sending billions of dollars over to these other, what they call developing countries, what Trump calls third world shitholes. Let's quit sending that money over there. Let's keep it over here, and let's rebuild the infrastructure of this country. I'm still waiting on that. When's the money going to come in to fix the roads and the bridges and the grid, shore up our capabilities? When's that going to happen? I don't know, but we'll see. We shall see, folks. Anyway, short trip to work here. Park this bad dude underneath the tree and take my glasses off so I can see. Anyway, that's just my thought, my 21-minute thought this morning. A little morning coffee. Actually, water. Stay tuned for the next episode, which we will discuss the 2020 hunting season. And I got a big announcement coming up. A big one. So we'll see where that goes. And we'll go from there. God bless y'all. Y'all keep your powder dry. And remember, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Y'all have a good day. Remember, hit that subscribe button and share it. That's the only way we can get this message out. We'll keep putting these messages out, little pieces at a time, kind of put this big puzzle together, come together as Americans, as patriots, as God-loving people. Y'all have a good day.